Buddy, welcome to another episode of my live podcast. Uh, Danfonce talks metal. I forgot to change out the logo, but hey, it's okay. I switched it over. My friend Fred was like, "You should name it Danfonce talks metal because all your other socials are Danfonce, so then it would all be the same." And I'm like,
Tie together, yeah.
"You're Thank you for that idea." So anyway, I have Scott Ian Lewis, the vocalist of Carnifex. I've been listening to Carnifex since, well, probably actually not the EP. It was Dead in My Arms. That's
Okay.
when I
Oh
found out
seven.
about you guys. And then since then, I mean, shit, that was all around the time when Suicide Silence was coming out, All Shall Perish, all those bands. So it was like the rise, the beginning of deathcore in a sense,
It was, yeah. It
wasn't it?
was it was kind of an explosive moment. And I think if I think back to it now as like, musician that's kind of been around for a minute, like it was actually kind of a really special moment because I think back to some of
Was
like
it?
our very yeah, like some of the
Yeah.
first times we went out on some of these like MySpace tours or MySpace shows
I love
where
calling them those
literally like
tours.
yeah,
Yeah.
you
I
booked
mean,
them, JJ booked
yeah,
them,
well,
like Matt
I know
Anderson
I love
booked
how
them,
that's how we refer to them.
Well, because
But
you booked them
they
on
were,
MySpace,
you
and like
did.
they didn't exist anywhere else. Like
Nope.
they were just yeah, and they did really good.
No, they really did,
And
dude.
it's kind of a trip to think like, wow, we were like nobody bands. Like I remember we did this tour. It was Carnifex, the Irish Front,
Oh
and
man,
like Burn the
from
Masses or something. Way
mm-hmm.
back, way
Way
back.
back.
This is '06. We went to Colorado Springs and played the Black Sheep, and it was like sold
Oh
out.
man, dude, I love
And I'm
that.
like, we didn't even do anything. Like, it was just like,
It's like
and
what?
now it's like, oh, promote, do this, do that. Oh,
Yeah,
this, get close.
you got to do 100 different things now.
Totally, yeah.
But dude, it's insane how the times have changed. That is for sure.
Yeah, they have. I hope that like the kind of, early on, like, deathcore bands sort of faced a lot of gatekeepers and
Oh
a lot of
yeah.
backlash and stuff. And so
Oh yeah, definitely.
that was like the whole first half of our career was basically just getting told that we're horrible. And so, I mean, it's not a
Jeez,
joke. That's true,
that's insane, dude.
and so I think like now I'm hoping that the sentiment has sort of come around and it's not,
Yeah,
people
I
aren't
think.
living and dying on genre titles anymore.
Yeah, I think it's like I don't know. I feel like deathcore had this like such like bad stigma to it that it like turned people away from listening to a band.
Yeah.
A lot of, but I feel like I don't know. I feel like it's there's like this new resurgence of deathcore right now. I feel like you got the Brand of Sacrifice, Signs of the Swarm, Shadow of Intent, like these newer guys, these
Yeah.
newer bands.
Yeah. And I'm hoping that that sort of like, because we need fresh blood. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it needs
Like
to
if
come.
it's just the first generation, well, half of the first gen bands are gone now, or more than half. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. Or they're calming down on touring, or they're just like not doing much. I mean, so we need more of these bands coming out, and they're starting to change it up
totally.
too. And it's cool, man. It's like a fresh sound. Everyone has their own little something different they do in their music that makes them stand out a little bit. When you hear like Shadow
Yeah.
of Intent, you're like, oh, that's Shadow of Intent. When you hear like Brand of Sacrifice, you're like, that's Brand of Sacrifice. So it's cool.
Yeah, it's a good point. Maybe like the deathcore bands now are kind of carving out more of like their each of their own niche
Hmm.
within deathcore, whereas that first wave of like local deathcore bands was literally everyone's just like the biggest breakdown you can, shitty blast beat
Yeah,
breakdown, and it was just
slower, lower,
yeah,
lower tunings. We could be
yeah.
heavier. It's like it's
We actually
fine.
went up on our tunings on this new album. We
Did
went
you?
we went back to drop A, yeah,
Oh shit! What were you in before? I,
drop F.
F. Shit. So you're going back to A. I think A is a good tuning.
Yeah, we did all the records up to Die Without Hope were drop A, and then we
Drop.
did Slow Death, War X, and drop F.
Lowered a little bit.
Yeah, we had us, our other guitarist was in the band at the time, and he was wanting to experiment with some other stuff, and
Yeah.
so we were like, yeah, let's fucking do it, let's try it.
Why
But
the fuck not?
yeah, now we're back to a 4-piece. We're kind of just going back to our sound,
Yeah, for sure. I mean, so I guess during this whole like downtime we've had, you guys just buckled down and started writing, I assume, for this new record
Yeah,
or
we really
before?
no, we hadn't before because World War X was still very new
Fresh.
and
Yeah.
cycle. Yeah, we only
Very
did
new.
one tour on it,
Oh God.
so
Wow, that's right. Was it Summer Slaughter? No.
mhm,
It was.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah. And
That's
then, well, we
wild.
went to Europe. We did one run in Europe with
Oh,
we
okay.
did direct for the IR. That was Jan Feb.
That's right. Yeah.
Uh,
I forgot about that
so
tour.
we got one in each territory, and then the plug got pulled.
Yes, it did.
Yeah, big time. We were 12 hours away from bus call.
What? Was it really that? Wow.
Yep, because our
I
tour
do
started
remember.
March 13th, and the date that it all came to a screech was March 12th.
That's right. It was like the night of March 12th.
Right. So
Wasn't it?
we literally, the whole crew, our TM, everyone had already flown in.
Yeah.
We already had like trailer packed, and it's just like, all right, let's fucking, all right, trailer's packed. We got about 10 hours is bus call. Like everyone's
Yeah.
just hanging, we're drinking, and then the Inklings had been rolling in, but then
Oh man.
like it was really like that. Like those 24 hours, the 11th and the 12th was the only time like it even came up, and then it
Yeah.
just went away.
I know. It was insane. It was like right up to when, dipshit was like, we're closing the borders. And I was
Right.
like,
Yeah, I guess that was the 12th, right?
I'm pretty sure it was like 12th or 13th. I remember
Yeah.
watching it because, everyone's texting me and shit, like saying he's, got a big announcement, blah, blah, blah. It was like 6 p.m. And then I turn it on. I think I watched it on YouTube and I was just like, fuck. Because a
Yep.
week after your tour was going to start, I had Devastation on the Nation starting with 3 bands
Right.
from Europe.
Oh, yeah.
So it was just like, yeah, it was a fucking mess. But hey, we made it out alive. We're still here. We got a new Carnifex record coming. We got Carnifex shows coming up. I mean,
Yeah.
the shit's starting to turn around finally. Someone's racing down my street, I guess. God damn it. But yeah, no, I'm stoked for the future. I mean, I think it's gonna turn shit around. I feel like
I
at
think
least.
so. I saw Corey Taylor threw up his solo tour and like sold out instantly.
Yeah, in May. I think it's May.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's no, actually I think it's April.
I think it starts in April, goes into May. I'm pretty
Oh,
sure because
okay.
I think I remember seeing the May date be in Dallas. It was like 2 Dallas dates he was doing at Gas
Okay.
Monkey.
Yeah. That's awesome. And I'm not surprised. Like I kind of like I don't know, roll my eyes a little bit when like there's like I saw the BT Bam tour get announced and like you see the comments like can't wait for this to get canceled and stuff. I'm just like people like, do you want it to get? Because like we're
Yeah.
kind of past that, you know what I mean?
I think
Like
we
live
are.
events have been going on
Yeah.
for
because-
like months, right?
oh yeah, exactly. I mean, like I would say like a month and a half ago, I was kind of like, I don't know, like, is it gonna happen this year? And then things started looking better with the vaccine rollout and everything. And I'm like, oh, my friends are getting it. I'm about to get it, and I'm like, okay, this is looking good. I'm feeling better. I'm starting to feel more optimistic. And then,
Yeah.
then I just started, getting everybody on the phone, all my bands and shit, trying to get conversations going, catch up with
You got
agents and
bands going
shit.
out this summer?
Not this summer, actually. I think the earliest is going to be September.
All right.
Yeah, a couple bands in September, then October, then November, and then so on into next year.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have another US run that kicks off September 3rd, which is also the release date of the album.
oh shit. Yeah, I'm
Yep,
stoked
yep.
to hear this new Carnifex, man. It's gonna be fucking
I think it's good, man. Like I know it, yeah, everyone band says that, but like
yeah, but
there's something that's like different about this record because obviously our environment was extremely different.
for sure, yeah, big time.
I feel like the last couple records, like especially on World War X, like things had been going well for us.
Yeah,
So we definitely had like a different point of view going into the construction of that record, and our goals with that album, I think, were probably different than any other record we had done.
yeah,
Like we were really trying to break out and like become not leave deathcore, but like try to take it with us up.
Yeah.
Just I think we kind of just like tripped on the idea of like, is the glass ceiling for deathcore Summer Slaughter? Like, is that just it? Like,
Yeah.
no, like the upper echelon is just not going to allow deathcore bands to tour with the big metal acts, or what? You know?
I know.
Because I trip on that. Like,
I know.
Forget Carnifex. Like, look at the other acts. Like,
I know.
which
There's a lot
deathcore
of good
band has ever
ones.
supported Lamb of God or something?
That's what I was saying. Which episode was it? I forget when it was, but I had an episode. We talked about it, and I was just saying, like, these bigger bands. You look at like the Slipknot, Lamb of God, and stuff. I'm like, they really got to start taking out these younger bands, these younger metal bands, because when Lamb of God's done touring, Slipknot's done touring. You know what I'm saying? Trivium's done touring. All these bands are done touring because you get older, you kind of you get tired of it, or you can't really do it. You know what I'm saying? It's like who's the next wave? Who's gonna fill those big ass rooms? It's like you got to get these. You got Carnifex, Signs. Everybody in front of those other fans.
I couldn't agree more, and I kind of trip on that, and I just chalk it up to really it's probably the same people running the show when we started that are up at the top, and the reality is I think those people just think deathcore is a joke, and they just don't. They're not going to let it fraternize with real metal. You know what I mean? Like, the core band can't open for Lamb of God because that'll ruin the show if you put that shit on.
Which I'm not kidding at all. I know you're not kidding. It's what's fucking ridiculous to me, and it's
right. It's like, oh, okay, cool. So the gatekeepers at the top want to crush the biz. That's cool. Great.
I feel like you guys really pushed the boundaries though. Like you definitely have
tried.
Like more like death metal and like it's. I love it. I think the band just got better in my opinion because I love the most recent Carnifex over the old Carnifex. Like I go back to old Carnifex, I'm like, yeah, this is cool. I remember loving this growing up, and then I listened to like the new, the latest record, World War X, and I'm like, this is so much better. This is just so much more mature.
We're self-taught musicians too,
yeah,
like none of us went to Berkeley School of Music.
You're all like self-taught, right?
There wasn't even YouTube. Like we were literally bedroom jammers that would throw on Cannibal and just try to figure the riff out. Like that's what,
and then try to write your own stuff, and then then eventually did.
Yeah, I mean all Dead in My Arms was Cannibal Corpse and Bleeding Through.
Yeah,
that's it. Like that was all. Those were the bands we were about, and we just said, well, let's do a Cannibal riff, let's do a Bleeding Through breakdown, let's do a Cannibal Slam riff, let's do a metalcore riff. That's all it was.
Let's throw it all together. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I think you guys nailed it. It's funny because when I posted about this episode, right, like a few days ago, years ago, it was Carnifex, Kill Whitney Dead, a few other bands.
Oh wait,
do you remember that band? Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
That tour was awesome. I mean, that tour, not that band. I booked it. Me and this dude, Eric Powell, who's a booking agent too.
Right.
I feel like you might know who Eric is, right?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Me and him grew up together in the same area, Poughkeepsie, New York, like a little bit south of Poughkeepsie. So he's a little bit younger than me. But anyway, we started he became like my assistant at my old agency. And then we started doing like shows together, and then I remember we were going to put that tour. We got offered that tour. I have no idea who the fucking agent was, but I can't remember that.
It was dude from Java Jazz in Houston.
Was it?
Yeah, it totally was. I can't think of his name, but that was the agent.
Oh, okay.
David, Dan, something like that.
I think so. Yeah.
Older guy.
Anyway, Eric was like, yo, so I got to connect this like place at Bowden Park, which is like a little bit south of Poughkeepsie. They have like this big cabin with a stage. Like we just got to bring in our own PA and all that shit and get it set up. But we can get it for way cheaper than Chance because the Chance was really fucking pricey.
I can't Chance.
Yeah, I know. It was fun growing up. There was a lot of good shows. More so in the smaller rooms, not the big room we didn't care about. But we got that room and we put the tour in there, and it fucking was wild. I don't think the park knew what type of music we were bringing there.
So that's another one of those kind of like MySpace tours that just fucking popped. Oh, and like there was no YouTube pre-roll ads, no IG, no ad, ad campaign, nothing.
No, this is literally when I was a promoter, it was always I printed out hundreds of flyers. Good amount of posters to post up at places like Hot Topic and all that shit because they let you do it then. And and then handing out flyers at shows. That's what it was.
Yeah.
And the show fucking crushed. And I think that was the only show we ever did there. So I'm pretty sure they're like, yeah, we don't. Yeah, it's a little too crazy for us here, you know.
Right.
But it was fun. It was like, yo, we did a show at Bowdoin Park at this fucking cabin, like with these bands. This is wild. But yeah, I remember that was good times back then.
It was, man. It was. You know, it was kind of like it was kind of different too, because I don't know what's changed, but now it's just like there's just so many extra people working on everything, and like to get your stuff anywhere is like,
oh man,
it's not just post it and people find it anymore. It's like you have to play the game that the app wants, and every app wants a different game. And it doesn't even really matter what yeah, it's like not stupid. It's not about your band anymore. It's about how you can, like, you know, play the game with the apps and stuff. And that's a little annoying, but yeah, I guess that's just how it is.
It's like we're used to it, but it's like back then when you're using MySpace, a band could put up a bulletin, and that bulletin will be seen by so many fucking people.
Right.
Like,
remember when your entire fan base would see what you used to post?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone would see that
time
post.
We were in. Yeah. What a simple time. It's the best times we didn't even know it.
Yeah, I know. Never.
Now they're like, oh, 600,000 followers. Well, we'll show 1,000 of them.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah. You're gonna get.
Why?
Yeah, I know. You're gonna get like maybe 1,000 likes on this.
But 600,000 people chose to sign. Well, never mind that.
Never mind that.
1,000. But if you pay us, maybe we'll show 2,000.
Yeah. Well, you want your 600,000 people to see it? Okay, spend $50,000.
Oh yeah, right. For your whole thing, it's just like it's insane.
Running ads on Facebook. I've done so many, and like I'll just like fuck around and put like $50,000 and see how many people it'll reach, and it's like, wow, you really got to pay $50,000 to see like make everyone see this, huh?
It's a scam. Yeah, it's a scam.
It's the most fucked shit ever.
And then you go over to Spotify, and it's like we're begging people to listen to us on an app that pays us nothing.
Exactly.
Like, we just got played. So like musicians are just so fucking played. Dude.
It's unbelievable. It's the Spotify shit. I had a rant about that like over a month ago, and I was just like, bands. So I was talking to one of my close friends, right? And he works in the music industry. I'm not going to say his name. I'll tell you behind the scenes. But anyway, his close friend knows a lot of what's going on with Spotify. The head guy left the metal, department, right? Or he got fired. It was one or the other. I don't know for sure. Don't quote me on it. And then, I think there was like there was like 2 or 3 good metal playlists that just literally got deleted. And, And I think it's coming back around now. There's making new ones or whatever, but that's really besides the point. Well, it's mostly, dude. It's like all these bands are pushing Spotify, right? But dude, how much are you getting paid from them? Why are you promoting it so hard?
The only reason we're promoting it is because it's the new metric that the industry is going to throw in your face for. Yeah. Why you're not going to get what you got last time, why you're going to open for this band that started 6 weeks ago. It's like, it's their new way of leveraging you.
Yeah.
Just like Billboard was.
Dude, straight up. And that's why I got Tidal. And Tidal is like pretty cool. Like they're adjusting things and it's working better and it sounds better, to be honest with you. But out of all the apps, I'm pretty sure Tidal is like #1 that pays the most to bands.
That's probably why it's like the least popular then.
It's one of the least popular ones, and it sucks because it's actually a pretty decent app. It's pretty similar to Spotify's app, and I feel like they're gonna make changes to make it more like Spotify's app, which would make sense because I feel like if they do something like that where it's similar and maybe possibly better, more people will go over to Tidal. But it's so hard, man. Like Spotify is like kind of like, I don't know, like how MySpace was. Everyone used it, and everyone uses Spotify. Or second in the list is that Apple Music, which
that's what I use.
Yeah, which I've used it too before, but I just didn't really like the app that much. But we can go on for days about this shit.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like we're talking shit on Spotify, but at the same time, our entire campaigns sole goal for the new album is Spotify.
Yeah.
Boost Spotify, subscribe, like
Get on the
so
playlist.
it's
Yeah.
yeah, and I'm glad, you mentioned the dude left or got canned, and it's like I'm glad because what was happening over there was those guys were basically using their curator status to try to like flex on everyone.
Yeah.
And what they ended up doing was alienating managers, artists, and labels because you're fucking DJ. You don't have power. Be quiet. Sit down. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And they, someone said, "Hey, you're in charge of this," and those guys just, took it upon themselves to decide what was and what wasn't cool in that moment, and they fucked up. And they got rid of them for it, and I'm glad they did because that's good. It's not how you build bands. It's not how you build an app. That's already predatory.
Yeah, big time.
It's like, here's a predatory app. Let's get an asshole to try to convince people to send their fan base there, and it's like,
no, man, it's not gonna fucking work that way.
I'm glad they got rid of that, and now Spotify is. They got like an olive branch to their artists now, and they're saying, we'll give you covers and placement and this on new releases if you push your fan base to it. So they're trying to like work with artists now.
Yeah.
Rather than, the dickhead kicking back saying, impress me.
Yeah. Impress me. That guy. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, that is better for sure. I mean, I hope, it stays that way, because there are a lot of bands that deserve it. You can look at
like those curators and like they're trying to push what they like.
Yeah.
And they're old and they have a corporate gig. And it's like, dude, like think about how these new genres pop up. It's because of fans and grassroots,
Exactly, man. You're not fucking wrong about that.
But yeah, anyway, yeah. So we're like, I say all that to say this. Make sure you listen to the new record on Spotify. They fucked up, but that's where we are.
And if you like the damn record, at least buy it. I try to buy it.
Yeah, I think it'll rip. We got good art too. We got great artists, God Machine again, and it's a 15-track album too.
Damn, 15, nice.
Yeah, 50. So we did a long one.
Fuck in.
We did. We really did. We were just like, because we weren't really happy with how World War X performed.
Yeah, no, it did perform real good.
Well, it underperformed to our expectation. So
I think people loved it though, from the feedback that I saw. But
maybe I got mixed feelings on it because like we never got to take that album really on the road.
That's also true. You didn't really, you didn't properly.
Like in my mind, like the fans like never got to validate the songs live.
Yeah.
Like we never got to see like the pop off at that one part. So we kind of didn't get.
The full experience.
The normal sign off.
Yeah. You're right, actually. So I keep forgetting. Yeah, it came out August 2019, and you literally did Slaughter and a Euro tour, and that was it.
Yeah, and we went to South America with Slipknot. But yeah.
Oh shit! No way. Why? How did I forget about that? When was that? Was that before Europe? Oh.
Yeah, December 3, 4, 5.
Damn, how were those shows with Slipknot?
They were fucking awesome.
Yeah.
They were Yeah, I mean, Costa Rica and Brazil, and
wow,
they fucking popped off. And Slipknot guys were cool as fuck. They came over and like shook our hands, said hi, because we had like a general catering. It was just a 4-band bill.
Oh, okay.
So they were super nice to us. Said what's up. Their TM wasn't like a dickhead or anything to us. Nothing. It was cool.
Yeah, it was chill. That's fucking
they
awesome.
were real nice to us, and the show fucking went off. So
I could imagine.
We watched their show after, and I was like, "Holy fuck, these guys just killed it!" Dude.
Did they still crush it?
Dude, that Costa Rica show fucking popped. I've seen Slipknot a few times now, but the place was just probably 20,000 people there, and they're all there for Slipknot.
Oh yeah, man.
And just went off. Like the whole crowd. It's like one of those shows where like the whole crowd is like knows the choruses, you're like, that's a lot of voices. Holy shit.
It's like, holy shit. Can't even hear Corey.
Like, it doesn't sound like that when our crowd sings ours, We thought it sounded good on the Hell Chose Me part. Then you hear like, the psychosocial Left Behind, and you're just dude, this sounds like a fucking soccer arena right
now. That's fucking awesome. Does Slipknot know you guys did that cover?
Oh yeah. Yeah. We actually permitted on Warped Tour 17. We were DMing with Corey, and we were trying to set up thing to where he could come and perform it with us on one of the dates, and it didn't get too far. He was like open to the idea, but then obviously just schedules are nuts because it was summer. But he heard it. He's like, "Yeah, you guys, good job." He like, I remember he quote tweeted it on Twitter because a fan was like, "Hey man, did you hear the new cover?" And he was like, "Yeah, good job, guys," and stuff. And from that, we like hit him up and we're like, "Any chance you want to jam it with us at one of these stops?" And he was like, "Yeah, let me check my schedule." And then it didn't work, but he was super cool about it.
That's rad, at least.
Yeah, he's a cool guy.
So what's we had a question from Roomba Dad, Josh. What was it? What's the theme for the new record? Is there any sort of
theme? Yeah, it's nihilism, straight up. I think it kind of goes back to what I was saying a moment ago about how things were kind of good when we wrote World War X, which that can sort of change the art you create sometimes. It's like the fighter who's rich now, right? When the dude was broke and all he cared about was just getting to the belt, he scraps like an animal. But then a couple years in, things are good. It's like, hey, take the foot off the gas a little bit. Like, I don't need to go so hard.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of did that on World War X. And then also the theme that I embraced on World War X, the war theme, the dystopian world, and all my previous lyrics on the older records are very micro focused. Like, I'm really trying to zero in on like specific moments and then pull them apart and like really put it under a microscope.
Yeah.
But then on War X, I went the opposite. I was like, let's just couch everything as fucking huge and epic, and like really pull back and just see the whole scale of this, but kind of try to still work my lyrical themes in. And I think the reality is that theme didn't really connect with the audience.
No, you don't think so?
It didn't seem to really connect with the audience. Like, I mean, we love like the war shit and war movies and all that stuff. And I think when we look at like Sabaton and Arch Enemy and like Testament, some of these like, bigger acts where we are trying to get to that level where, so I'm like, well, maybe my songs are like too like personal and like sad boy, and we'll try to like go with some more general metal themes, to just try to like kind of bring in more metalheads outside of like deathcore kids. But maybe we ended up like diluting our, piss and vinegar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And on this record, we went full back to just fucking nihilism, and like our mix is way aggressive. I think the mix was way too safe on the last record. Our production's super aggressive. I went way gnarlier with my voice.
Fuck. Hell yeah.
And we just cranked it the fuck up.
Yeah.
And also we're pissed because we're all broke sitting at home and sort of having an existential crisis,
exactly, dude.
It's like, let's just write an angry fucking record and fuck everyone.
Exactly. That's the way to fucking do it, man.
That's what we did.
That's what you did.
What it's gonna be. Yeah.
That's sick, dude. I'm stoked to hear it. So I guess like let's go back to like you growing up and like how you got into like metal music. So like when was that for you?
Yeah. Well, so
Would you say?
Going back, I kind of grew up in a very strict household.
Yeah.
It's just very strict household. It's like kind of a military family. So it was like, it was pretty much, you didn't get a pat on the back for the things you did right. It was like, oh, you didn't do that. That was the thing you did wrong. Go fix it. And so I think, from that, I kind of, on top of that, like I didn't really get the chance to socialize a whole lot. And I had my older sister was really into grunge, because I was born in '84. So like through the later mid 90s, I started really getting into what she was listening into. So from about when Kurt, like just before he died and then when he killed himself, I was like started to get into grunge. So I'm like 11 years old here, 10, 11. And I was a huge grunge fan from like 10, 11, 12. And then from there, I found like White Zombie and Cradle of Filth and Dimmu Borgir. And Manson, Nine Inch Nails. I'd already been a big fan. I was a big Pumpkins fan. So I had started, grunge is also kind of like goth adjacent. Like it's very nihilistic, kind of like a fuck the world attitude. And so I sort of segued from grunge and the, those type of themes and that type of kind of like down masculine music, into Cradle, into Dimmu, into Cannibal, NIN, Manson, White Zombie,
Just went from
KMFDM.
Yeah.
That, all the kind of like 90s goth kid stuff.
Yeah.
So by like 98 or 99, I was like full on metal kid. Like when I went to my freshman year, I was just like, full goth kid. I had like purple hair, like the Cradle Filth t-shirt. I was wearing like fishnets on my arms. Like I would take my sister's fishnet stockings and then like pull them up on my arms and like put my hands through the end and stuff. And I was wearing like knee-high Doc Martens tucked in. I was just doing everything to just get the fuck you vibe off.
I love
that obviously worked well in high school, so I got shit on a lot, and that was a great time. And no attention from any girls, of course. Like, just couldn't be more uncool. And I was like super
true, man.
tall.
It's true.
Yeah, I wasn't cool. I wasn't cool at all.
Same,
so I think I really just threw myself into metal at that point. So from like 98, 99 on, like, Cradle and Dimmu and all, like I really got into black metal. So Satyricon and Emperor, Dissection.
Oh yeah.
It's not black metal, but Swedish metal. I was really fucking into those bands. And so like one of my first bands, Anastasis, I was like 14 years old. We were wearing corpse paint and shit. I actually posted a picture on my IG a while back.
Did you?
My very first band. Yeah, it was like 99. We're like full corpse painted out.
I gotta go.
And so,
that's rad.
Yeah, we were going for it. And then I dropped out in 2000. So I made it. So I basically failed 9th grade. I got like a D in 9th grade. Failed math. I went into 10th grade and they're like, well, we don't want to hold you back.
Yeah.
So what we're do is we're going to make you retake the 9th grade classes that you failed again while taking your 10th grade classes.
I did the same exact thing. No joke.
Oh, I dropped out. So
yeah, I dropped. Well, I did it
for 2 months, and I'm like, this is horse shit. I'm out.
I dropped out during 11th grade.
2000.
Yeah.
Dropped out then, and then I was just all about bands. I was in this band called Incinerate that I thought was do well. We did a little bit of touring. We opened first a couple like national acts.
Yeah.
But ultimately, our drummer and our keyboardist, like, they were in a relationship, and then that, she cheated on him or something, so that fell apart. So the band fell apart.
It just crashed.
Yeah, and that's like 02, 03, right in there. And then I basically just gave up on bands. I think, I had tried to do some bands that just
never panned out.
Never panned out. Like I think one of the best things we did with Incinerate was we opened for Under Oath one time. Under Oath, Tantrum of the Muse, and Narcissist. It was it's like 2002. Under Oath was on Rise of the Past.
Yeah,
cycle.
They were that earlier.
Yeah, they're doing their black metal thing. Like, we're trying to be black metal. We played in the basement of a job employment agency in Fontana.
Oh wait, basement of where?
And it was the basement of a job employment, like a temp employment agency in Fontana, California.
What the fuck? They allowed a show there?
Tantrum of the Muse, Narcissist, and Incinerate. That
is so bizarre, dude.
It was, but Under Oath wasn't Under Oath.
No, it was a completely different band, dude.
They're just actually they're a deathcore band. They don't call them that, but Rise of the Past, Active Depression, those are deathcore records.
Yeah, no, they definitely are. They're not black metal.
No. They're hardcore kids playing death metal and black metal. That's deathcore.
It's literally what it is. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was trying to do some other, like, try to get some bands going, but nothing really popped. And then so I kind of took a break from bands. I was working at a mortuary. I worked in a mortuary for 3 years. And then in 05, I think I had started working like this construction gig, and I was like doing a lot of street racing, like car stuff.
Oh, really?
I ended up meeting our first guitarist, Rick, our very, very first guitarist, at these street races. We were just like racing old cars and shit.
Yeah.
And whatever, he's like, I'm having a party at my place, and we both lived in the same town in Fallbrook.
Yeah.
And so I went over to his place, and I met his roommate, who was Sean. And he had like a drum, he had like the Slipknot drum set up in his bedroom. He's a huge Joey Jordison fan.
In his bedroom.
So it's like all about like drumming like Joey, which at the time was fucking perfect because
sure, dude.
in 05, Joey was like the metal drummer. You know?
Yes, he was, dude.
So I met Sean, and like he had like metal posters all over his room. Rick was like a metalhead too, and then I was like, dude, I've been like in a bunch of bands as a screamer, and I mean, I like all this shit too. Like, we should fucking jam, and that's Carnifex.
Yeah, and it just all bloomed from there.
Yeah, our first guitarist and bass player, like they all had like family, day jobs and shit. So it kind of got to the point where like after like a couple of months, we put some stuff up on MySpace, and we were like really trying to play local gigs.
Yeah.
Sean had really been trying to get a band of hop for a long time, so him and I were both like all about like the pre-sale, like we'll fucking pre-sale tickets. We don't care. We'll go flyer all the shows the week before. We don't care.
Yeah.
And then like the dudes had fams at 9 to 5, like they got kids like that are, in school and shit. So it was just kind of a thing where it was like, well, we're going to fucking go for it. And so we got to just get dudes that can just go for it. And it wasn't like a bad breakup or nothing. It was just that transition from like weekend band to like serious band. And
not everyone can do that sort of thing.
Right. And those guys' lives were like, they got like gigs and kids and mortgages, and it's like, yeah, let's just go bounce for a week. And they're like, what are you talking about? Me and Sean, we were like, unfettered, and really we just cared about the band. So, bouncing out on some construction gig wasn't really that big of a deal.
Yeah, exactly.
And me and Sean both worked at the same place.
Like, you guys did? So they were they like fine with you guys just going? Or were they just?
No, we had to quit. But
you had to quit, yeah.
It's just like we're just like loading semi trucks and helping contractors like pick out their fucking all their it was a commercial construction supply yard.
Oh, okay, so, all right.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything, anything special. We're just rocking forklifts and moving concrete and blocks and loading flatbeds. And stuff.
That was the extent of it.
Yeah, good pay. That stuff paid pretty.
Well,
good,
honestly, that is good pay, especially like when you're younger too.
Yeah, so like I think that was good for the band too, because like me and Sean were like, we basically just like the money we made, we just put into the band. So we bought a van. We would like when Corey joined, he didn't have like touring level gear, so we're like, fuck it, let's get the fucking the PV 5152, the Mesa 4. Like we just wanted to just like really all we cared about was like our bands,
Yeah, and you guys just wanted to go all in on it.
Totally, yeah. And we did.
I mean, honestly, that's like when you guys came out with like Dead in My Arms, that was just like when shit really started taking off. Like I started seeing Carnifex's name like everywhere. We went pretty hard. I guess like November 06 was when we went. That's when we started touring, because that's when we quit our gigs. November of 06, and we put out that EP, that very first EP. Oh, the EP, yeah. The very, very first one was like, we recorded that in like December or November of 05. Mm-hmm. And then in like March or April of 06, we put up the second one. And the second EP was the one that really got noticed. That was the one that had collaborating like Killers on it, Slit Wrist Savior, Love Lies in Ashes, and My Heart in Atrophy. And that was when the MySpace popped. Yes. And that was like the time. Yeah, and then we did Dead in My Arms after that. Right after, yeah. And then you released that on, what was it? This City is Burning? Yeah, it was This City is Burning, and then they got bought by Uprising, and then Uprising sold to Sony. So now actually, it's kind of funny you bring that record up and that label up, because we're trying to buy that album back. Oh, okay. But fucking Sony owns it now, of all things, because now it's more when we went to Uprising, they had Fall Out Boy's like first two releases. Mm-hmm. And, that's how. Fuel by Ramen, Sony, they wanted those. So dude was like, buy the whole catalog, and they did. And so we went with it, and so now like Dead in My Arms is owned by Sony, and we tried to have a conversation with them, and they're literally like, getting the lawyers on this is not even worth it to us, so go away. What the fuck? Yeah. So NB's trying to do it now. Really? But that got stolen from us anyway. We never made a penny ever. You never what? Never got 1 cent from that. You never got a cent from that fucking record? And I think it's at 23
$3K physical.
Wow. It's probably hard as fuck to find that physical now, though.
It should be out of print. It's on eBay for like $50-$60.
Yeah, that's insane, dude. That's fucking.
Yeah, we never did a vinyl or anything like that, so we're trying to get our hands back on it. But it's just another example of like how predatory the biz is. Like
it is, dude, because it's so stupid. It's just like, dude, just give the record back. It's like,
well, the fact that we never. I mean, it was our album. We paid $600 to create that album. That's what it cost. 2 days in the studio, $300 a day.
wow.
We did the whole album in 2 days.
2 fucking
We
days.
paid for it ourselves.
Yeah.
And then it was stolen from us by This City, by Uprising. And then now Sony owns it, but only because the first 2 labels basically robbed us of it.
Pretty
Never
much.
paid us ever. Never got a cent on that record ever.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, I've heard this. I've heard stories and stories of bands with this shit. Same shit. So
It sucks.
or similar, yeah. And then I guess the whole Victory Records shit was a shit show.
Yeah, I mean, it
Maybe
was.
not
Yeah,
at first, but
no, it went off the rails quick. Like
Wow.
we signed with them in. So there was 2 releases for Dead in My Arms. There was like because we actually recorded that album in like 2006, and then the first version came out was the road version. So you'll see a version out there. I think I can't remember now as it's been a while.
Yeah.
One of them was the Digipack. So the store version is the Digipack, and the jewel case was the road version.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We took it out on the road in like June. Sold through probably 2,000 or 3,000 copies, and then the actual in-store one came out in September of 2007.
Okay, got you.
And then we got signed in November of 2007.
Got you. Yeah.
Victory.
The Victory.
And then Victory wanted a record like now.
Yeah.
And we're like, but
they rushed
just
you.
came out. They're like, we don't care. We want an album now, today.
Oh
So-
my God.
Yeah, by February of 2008. So
Yeah.
this is just a couple months after Dead in My Arms came out. We were at Zeus's studio in Massachusetts doing Disease and the Poison.
Yeah, that's right. I forgot you recorded that with Zeus.
Yeah, horrible experience, unfortunately.
That sucks.
It wasn't great. No, I mean, that's why we
It was,
have never gone back to that producer.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not, and this is not to disparage him. It's just the experience. I don't know that he knew we were making a deathcore record. We tried to like do deathcore stuff, and he's like, "Whoa, hey, stop! What are you doing, dude? You can't hold the mic. You can't cup. Stop!" And it's like, trying to do Gravity to be like, "No, what are you doing, dude? You can't do that. We need to slow this down. 195." And I just don't think he knew we were making like, "No, dude, we're making a shitty deathcore record. Like it's supposed to be pushed.
Yeah, yeah.
It's supposed to be like
Over the
like
top.
a little more than what you normally do."
Yeah,
But,
exactly. It just
we kind of got shot down. So
that sucks.
I don't really care for that album either, unfortunately.
Yeah. How many records did you release on Victory? 3, 4?
We were on Victory for 7 years, and we released 3 albums.
Damn.
So we did. Yeah, it was Diseased, and then Hell Chose Me came out.
Yeah.
Which again, they totally fucked the release up. But it still did great in spite of them.
Yeah.
Which really is kind of like, I think that's kind of like the anthem of this band is we've gotten fucked so many times and we still do great in spite of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Somehow,
and-
it turns around for you.
Or we just fucking find our way through. But
Yeah,
so
you just find your way through it all.
by the time we got to Hell Chose Me, we were already like not in a good place because we had on the Disease and the Poison touring cycle, our van broke down and our transmission blew up.
Oh,
And we went to them for tour support and basically said like, fuck you. We're like, we just had a record come out on Billboard. We're out here promoting this thing. Our transmission exploded. We're on the side of the road in Indiana and you guys won't do anything. Ultimately, they sent us $600 on, I couldn't even tell you how many thousands the bill was. And to this day, from that 2008 $600, Carnifex never, ever, ever, not hyperbole, never received another penny from them.
Wow.
All in all, we've sold when we got off the label, we had sold 93,000 albums for them between the 3
shit
records.
And they only gave you that $600.
And that was tour support.
Yeah.
Fully recoupable. So they didn't give it to us. They loaned it to us at a 88% interest rate, basically, which is extremely predatory. Yeah, because you pay it back at royalty rate, and your royalty, our
yeah.
royalty rate was like 12%.
Yep.
So we're only paying it back at 12 cents on the dollar. Our
Mhm.
interest technically is 88%. How that's not illegal,
I don't even get
know.
it. Yeah, it's
But I think it illustrates to you that they're just vampires straight up.
pretty
Lawyers
much,
write
dude.
those contracts to extract money from the band to the point of death.
Like literally. Is that
Literally.
what like broke the band up?
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, so I'll tell you the story. We do the 3 records. Every record, I could go in depth on each problem with each record, but basically every record we would do, they would find another reason to fuck us over. So Hell Chose Me, we had the Atticus Metal Tour that was scheduled for March and April.
Yep. Okay.
It was a really great tour for us.
Yeah.
One of the like better tours we landed up until that point.
Yeah.
And we had a release date set for March 16th. For no reason whatsoever, they moved it to February 16th when we are not on tour. In fact, we were on a plane coming back from Europe.
What?
Hell Chose Me out, everybody. What?
What do you?
Yes.
What?
Your confusion is because that's what they did makes no sense. It doesn't help the band. It doesn't help the label. It helps absolutely no one. But because they're inept, clueless, and greedy, shit it out as soon as you can. Let's make the money now. But it'll be less. Well, money now is better than business in their eyes.
I mean, clearly,
That's how they ran Victory. Money now is better than good business. So if they can make $5 now, forget the 500 we'll make next week.
Yeah.
Get that 5 right now.
Yeah. You need that money now. Yes.
Yeah. Quick before someone fucking sues us.
Yeah.
Again. How many times have they been sued? How many times have they lost? ADTR just won $4.5 million royalty settlement.
I know.
If that doesn't tell you what kind of criminals these people are, straight up criminals,
that
then
they are. Dude, Tony was the worst, man.
A judge sat down and said, Victory Records, you've been lying to this band the entire time. Not only did you lie, you stole $4.5 million in royalties from them. You owe it.
Mm-hmm.
That's every fucking band they've stolen from. And only a few of it had the money to take them to court to prove it.
Yeah.
We're one of them, but we don't have the money to go to court.
I mean, dude, that lawsuit with Day to Remember Victory, that went on for quite some time. I mean, not like too long.
Because Victory has money. And they know when you can't win, you stall. The first rule is a lawyer. You can't win, stall.
Stall it out.
And they can't fucking win because they're breaking the law. So they stall. Stall and steal. That's how they work. Yep. And they stole we sold 93,000 records for them. You can figure out how much money they made. Stole all the inventory, stole all of our royalties from it. They had our merch that whole time. Do math on that. Never sent, dude. I would guess they made millions off of us.
They had to.
And at this point, it's just the best part, the cherry on top for Victory. All the fucking money they made on us. I still get statements from them saying we owe them $60,000 in recoup.
Dude,
now get this. We did 3 records for them. Each record budget was $20,000. We sold 93,000 records.
Dude,
I can tell you how many thousands and thousands of T-shirts we sold.
Yeah,
they only gave us $60,600, but we still owe them 600 or 6,000, 60,000. It's like
60,000.
What fucking math is this, you assholes? It's theft, pure and simple. So
I can't believe you still get statements.
Oh, we still get statements, of course. It's cookbooks, dude.
Yeah, I know. It's just so funny.
ADT always gets statements, and then the judge goes, "Actually, you owe these guys $4.5 million. You fucking crooks." But all right. So they're thieves, and
big time.
Maybe we can prove it someday when we have money. But unfortunately, the court system is about how much money you have, not.
It is, dude. It would cost a whole lot of fucking money.
Right. So all right. So that's our start with Victory, and then to get off.
Yeah.
We had this cumulative record sale clause. So our first 2 albums were albums, like just regular old deals, and then our second 2 were options based on cumulative sales.
Gotcha. Yeah.
We got to our 4th option, so the record after Until I Feel Nothing, which was a flop. Until I Feel Nothing was a turd. And we were a turd. It didn't sell. Victory shit it out. Didn't do anything. Their promotional plan for it was you had to give them a like on Facebook, the Victory Facebook. You had to like it in order, and that was literally the only
doing that thing. Wow.
what? That isn't the plan, first of all, but great. So they shipped that thing out. It flopped. No surprise. We fired our manager.
Yeah.
And then our manager called our agent and said, you have to drop Carnifex. He did. And then we decided to basically just throw up that hiatus thing, in essence, to just devalue ourselves to victory, because we didn't want them to find any reason to like try to go through this. Because we sent them a termination agreement. Basically, the lawyer we had was like, we can read in the contract here that there is no language saying who has this option other than the cumulative sales figure. So if you can present something, let us know. Otherwise, this is our notice that we fulfilled our contract. And we were really nervous for a while, but literally they never, ever fucking responded to us.
Oh
and so we said, peace. Well, we got them. We got them and they knew it.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And we also we already put out our hiatus thing. So we were like, they're playing their games, we're playing ours.
Yeah.
Fuck around, let's go.
Yeah, no.
And we did, and so we got off, thankfully.
Yeah.
But that whole time, we were writing Die Without Hope, low key secret.
Yeah.
And NB was on it like white on rice as soon as we were like, hey, we're off. We're single.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're single.
Like, boom.
Toronto's the man.
On us for a while.
Yeah. Was it? Yeah. No, he's good. He's good people. The whole label. I mean, signing to Nuclear Blast, how was that? Was that just like so refreshing for you guys?
Like, this is a team that wants the band to do well because they know we're in a mutually beneficial relationship. You would think that would be business 101. Victory never, ever grasped that concept.
No,
ever.
No, that's all I ever heard about any band on Victory. It was never like that.
They weren't even a good business.
No.
He was just good at finding a band that was going to pop and then putting them in a contract that would steal all their money.
Yeah.
It was the only skill he had.
That's all he had. Yeah, exactly.
Allegedly.
Greedy piece of shit. And that's
totally.
Literally it. That's him.
Yeah. That's it. That's just greed. That's it. Greed. I mean, real unoriginal. Yeah.
Exactly.
And when we got on NB, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that at all. Those guys wanted to see the band do well. They want us to have great records. They want us to work with the artists that we want to work with and all these other things. And that was another thing when we were on Victory. Like anytime you try to work with another artist, Victory would come in and hit them with all these stipulations. And so the artists that we would like want to do a cover for us.
Oh yeah, like artwork. Yeah,
Victory would be like, no, the artist has no ownership of this, can't use it, can't have a print of it, can't do anything. Victory owns it forever. And the artist would be like, yeah, I don't want to do your guys' cover.
Yeah, man.
And so we're like, oh, cool. So Victory's so shot, we can't even work with other artists that we like because those guys are like, I'm not signing this.
I mean, back then,
yeah.
I mean, I remember, being an agent for 15 years now. Back then, it was like any bands on like Victory, a lot of people in the industry just would not fuck with too.
No, we would literally get emails back from managers and agents when we were applying for tours that would say, we don't work with Tony's bands, period.
Literally.
Like it would say Victory.
Just say
they
Tony.
Just call dude out. We don't work with Tony's bands.
Yeah.
That's it. That would be the email. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So this guy's rep is so fucking bad that like we can't even be touched.
Yeah. No, it was literally a thing. So there were a few bands like I booked on Victory Records and I knew the stigma that came with the label. Like I knew about all this shit, right? But like the band was like friends of mine, and I'm like, man, why the fuck you signed to this label? But all right, I'll give it a shot. I'll try to help you. You know what I'm saying? I'll try my best. But I'm telling you, like right now, I'm going to get emails saying we do not work with Victor. We do not work with Tony.
We got him. I go get him out my email right now.
Yeah, no, dude.
And then I can get the email. I'll show you the emails from him where, Ash was super cool to us on that Until I Feel Nothing cycle, and he put us out on the Sumerian. It was basically the Sumerian Records tour, but we were on it. It was Born, Veil, Betraying the Martyrs, and Volumes, I think, if I'm remembering properly.
I think I remember the story.
Yeah, it's 2011, and we were on it. We were like right under Veil.
Yeah,
and it was actually a really great tour for us. Tony wrote me this fucking diatribe about how I was a traitor and a backstabber and, all this shit and that we better not play the Chicago show. If he sees us on stage with Acid Bands at the Chicago show, we're in trouble. I'm like, Dude, we're on a record that you
Come
shit out
on.
that's barely fucking selling right now. This dude put us on an actually good tour. We're in front of fans that are interested in the band.
Yeah.
And you're writing a page-long email telling me that I'm a backstabber and a traitor. First of all, you don't have my fucking back. You never have.
Yeah, you never have.
And you're a traitor on what? You didn't get done anything for me. How could I trade? Why would I trade you out? There's nothing you did.
Yeah.
And like, oh, so what? You signed us just to kick us? Like, what's the point of this?
Well, yeah. What are you doing here? Like, we're on a good tour.
So I can fuck with them.
Yeah.
Like, well, okay. Well, mission accomplished, I guess.
Yeah. He just tries to be this big bully. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
it
really
us
it.
to the point where we were just like, we can't be a business anymore. We can't be a band that has to put gas in the tank to get to the next show and pay management and pay agents. There's no money here.
Yeah. There's no money left.
Being vacuumed up.
Yeah.
You know, and so we did the hiatus thing, and MB signed us and
brought it back to life. Yeah, because I think I remember like when you guys broke up, I'm like, I think this is them gonna this is gonna help them get off Victory. I was like, this is what's going on. Yeah. And then when I saw you sign Nuclear Blast, I was like, oh fuck yeah. I was like, yes, there it is. That's what the boys needed. I'm like, that's what they needed.
You know, and we actually already re-signed with them.
Okay.
We're actually on our second deal with them.
Oh, dude, that's sick. Hell yeah, congrats. That's what's up, dude. They're good people over there. They know what they're doing, man.
Yeah, they're paying us like 4 times each album what Victory paid us, and we have an insane publishing deal with BMG.
That's what's up. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
So what album from your discography you think took the longest to write and like record?
I think Die Without Hope probably took the longest to write.
Yeah.
But maybe because we had the most time. And as far as longest to record, I guess it would be World War X because we had, you know, we were still working with Jason Sukoff out in Florida. So it was like, you got to send some people out there and then
editing. Yeah.
We had a different guy mastering. We had the guest vocal. You know, Angel was on it. Alyssa was on it. So
yeah.
That one probably took the longest. I would say World War X took the longest.
That's right. Let's see. Let's take some questions from the fans.
Do it.
So I went like on your guys' posts about the episode. There was one that said, "Will Carnifex go full slam metal for one song? Or are you going to bring back the breeze?"
I think it's probably closer to Bring Back the Breeze, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh shit.
I mean, we have parts that slam.
Yeah, I think you always have.
We never have been a slam band.
Yeah.
Will be.
I don't think I've ever heard anyone say, "Oh, yeah, Carnifex is like a slam band." I'm like, that would throw me off. I'd be like, "Who the fuck are you listening to?"
I do remember this one time we were playing out in Tennessee. We were playing with Whitechapel, and this dude comes up to us after the gig, and he's like, got the Southern accent and everything. He's like, "Y'all was my first introduction to black metal," you know, like genuine, like had a smile on his face. I was just like, "Hell yeah, man, thank you." You know,
yeah, because you don't want to have that talk, you know.
I appreciate it, dude. You know? And he was like, "You're stoked on it," so I wasn't gonna.
Hey, man,
you know?
He'll figure it out. Maybe, you know.
Yeah, it's funny. We like use that line on each other all the time. Now, y'all's my first introduction to black metal. You know, super like cool guy, like totally sincere, but it made us laugh a little bit.
Yeah,
you know,
no, it's fucking great. Benny asked, "What are the differences in the music and writing style between the new album and the previous album, World War X?"
Well, you know, like I kind of touched on the previous album, we wanted to be more. You know, Deathcore Plus was kind of like our approach. We wanted the big tours, and so just kind of gotten slapped across the face with, you know, deathcore bands are shot, that we just were like, this is the Prove 'Em Wrong record. And so World War X was the Prove 'Em Wrong record, and the new album is the Get Fucked record.
I love that.
Like, that's the biggest difference. I mean, you guess which one's more angry? It's probably the Get Fucked one. So like, the riffs are they're fucking meaner. They're faster. The production is grittier. It's harder. It's louder. My voice is more raw. It's more up on the mic. You know, we're using a 58 this time, not like a, you know, $1,000 tube preamp, big special vocal mic. Yeah. We just kind of said, like, you know, let's just go in there and just throw the right hook.
That's it.
Like,
Is he?
Fuck dancing around, just knock them out.
Yeah, exactly. And you guys are recording all of it, right?
Totally. I mean, right,
Yeah,
right
before
now.
we started this episode, you were saying that.
Yeah. Corey's got like a song left to track on guitar, and then Fred's here on the 5th, and then I start tracking on April 12th.
Damn.
And our deadline is April 30th.
So get it turned in by the 30th, and there you fucking go. New record out. What, September?
We did a cool thing the way we turned in 4 singles already.
Oh.
So our first single is actually going to come out April 9th.
Wow. No
so
shit.
We're kind of switching up our rollout. Yeah, we're doing this thing. So our whole thing's like streaming focused, right?
Yeah.
So we're doing this thing where we're putting out so I mentioned it was a 15-song record.
Yes.
And we're putting out 4 singles leading up to the drop of the album.
Yeah.
And they're going to come out like every 6 weeks from April 9th to September 3rd.
Dude, that's fucking sick.
You can't buy anything for the first couple ones. It's just stream.
Just the stream? Yeah.
Just check out these songs, and then
you'll
when
come
the pre-orders go off for the album, which is July 23rd. I don't mind telling people on here, July 23rd, when the pre-orders go up. Then it'll be like all the merch related to the first singles we release and everything will all be available then. So
all right. It's smart. I like that.
Combination of push streaming, but then try to create some sort of excitement for the physical product as well.
Exactly. No, it's definitely smart. That's fucking awesome. So April fucking 9th.
April 9, yeah.
Damn.
And then like every 5 or 6 weeks all the way up to street date.
That's fucking awesome.
Switching it up. Yeah. I wasn't happy with the last
You weren't stoked on the last rollout?
No, it didn't catch. You know what I mean?
I feel like people are starting to change it up. Like a lot more bands are doing like singles, and then they'll start going, then they announce the record. Here's another, here's another new single. So I think it's a better approach.
Yeah, I think it will be. I mean, it's got to be better than the last
one. Let's see. Steph Beachy in the chat had a question. Throughout your career, what are some of your on top of the world moments you've had? This can be anything from like a sponsorship you guys got or a cool live show moment.
On top of the world.
Like you just felt like,
That's
damn.
A challenging question.
Yeah, it is.
Playing that Slipknot show in Costa Rica was a moment for sure, because I think I don't know. I think as a musician that's kind of been in it for a minute, your idea of what would constitute success is probably very different than what's perceived.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, we've done some great things. Co-headlining Summer Slaughter. I think that's a really big.
And that tour went well too.
That tour was fucking awesome.
I know. I worked with Rivers of Nile, and they were just like, dude, this tour's fucking nuts. It's crushing.
I think we're touring with them in September.
Oh yeah, you guys are.
Yeah.
I forgot that's the tour you're talking about.
That's our album release tour.
Yeah, I know. I didn't put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, I'm glad they're on it.
Yeah, man, good people. But yeah, you think the Slipknot Costa Rica show?
Slipknot Costa Rica, headlining Summer Slaughter.
Yeah, and it's Summer Slaughter.
I guess those are the 2 big moments. To be honest, and this is probably for most of us. I think that we still feel like we have a lot to do.
No, it's good. I mean, it's a good feeling, honestly. You're not like feeling burnt out.
I'm feeling like I haven't done enough.
Yeah, and plus you had this fucking really extensive break. So,
I mean, that was a mind fuck. The financial implication of everything.
Oh, I know.
All 4 of us went from, hey, we're gonna go on this tour where we're gonna make $10,000 a month to, we're all, not only are we not making anything, all the debt we accrued to launch this tour. Oh, you guys also have that tour. You saw all have that debt, so we had a $40,000 merch bill. We'd already paid a $6,000 deposit on the bus. We had bought tickets for 2 crew members to already fly out.
Yep.
We had already rented a light package. All that stuff,
Yeah.
And it's just like, okay, well, the tour's not happening, but all those bills are still due.
Yeah, they're still there.
You sign on the line for that stuff.
That's all it is. Fun. What did you do with the merch? Were you able to send the merch back to put up on the store, or did you keep some? Yeah.
Yeah, but
it's
it's
a
like
lot
when
of
you're
merch,
on
bro.
headliner, you're going to do 3,000 to 5,000 a night in merch. And I mean, that's like you'll do 3,000 to 5,000 a month on the web store. So a little different, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Definitely a big fucking, I mean, I can't even imagine the amount of bands that lost money last year.
Oh,
everyone did. I mean, everyone involved, all around did. I mean, shit. You know, like I said,
right.
Devastation.
Your commissions,
yeah.
No one got shit.
Well, yeah, and then but also like Devastation, like the the 3 European bands, Rotting Christ, Borknagar, and fucking Wolfheart, all had plane tickets, bus deposit, merch already printed and ready to roll. It's insane. I remember when I was talking to Joe and Tim from Fit for an Autopsy, like that Die Art is Murder, they played like I think one show on that tour, the Die Art US tour, and it was canned. So you got Die Art from Australia.
That's brutal.
Yeah, you had this other band, Un Misery. I can't pronounce the name correctly. Yeah, they're from Europe, nuclear blast band, and I think there was like a Version's Crown, I believe, was on it too. So another Australian band, right? So it's just like that. It's insane. Joe. But yeah, we're gonna get back to it. I am sure of, and shit will turn around.
I'm feeling real good about these shows coming up. I mean, we're doing this run in July out to Rockfest. It's just us and local support. But I think that's like a good way to dip our toe back in, like keep the ticket price low, like just whatever. Give local bands a chance to like get out and jam, bring their friends out. And then when we hit it in September, that lineup is so fucking stacked that I think it's just gonna pop.
Dude, it's so stacked. I can't wait till that gets announced. It's gonna be fucking awesome. People are gonna literally every metalhead's gonna lose their fucking shit.
I think it's gonna be like one of those things where we're just like, so like it's just gonna be like the pendulum's gonna swing back the other way, and it's like I bet you most of that tour is sold out. Like maybe not in advance, but by the time like the day of and stuff.
Oh yeah,
I bet you most of that tour sells out ultimately.
I mean, for literally, because there hasn't been a tour that style of a tour hasn't been announced yet. Nothing's been in, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got like the Ginger Suicide Silence. You got the Between the Bear to Me got announced.
That's true,
but that's really it. I mean, what else has been announced besides the fest you're on?
Yeah.
Right. And then nothing.
I can think of
No, I can't think of anything else. So it's like, it's nuts. So it's going to be, I think a lot of majority of metalheads are going to lose their fucking shit and buy up those tickets quick. Because honestly, when you guys see this lineup, everyone here, you're going to lose your shit and want to buy a ticket right away. Because
and it's like, I think a bunch of us are like on new records too.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah. Rivers. It's going to be coming out. I mean,
the opener is on a new record too. And a new record. I don't think
Black.
About the band.
Yeah, not Black. Not the headliner. I was about to say it, but no, no. They came out with one last year. I'm waiting for that on it yet. Yeah, it's gonna be sick as hell, man. Wayfarer Marcus in the chat asked, "What is your personal favorite album from Carnifex?"
Worst answer ever. This new one, God damn it! And it's because like it's so like I think if it was this weird thing where like kind of the being at the low like being fucking broke, like not being able to pay anything, like all the shit getting canceled, just like all that stuff, like really kind of in this weird way, it put us in a good headspace to write a really fucking great record.
Yeah,
and I put a lot of that into the lyrics, and I actually. On World War X, I felt like I was kind of like really kind of coming into my own as like a writer and stuff, feeling more confident in my writing. But I messed up on the theme, But now this time, I think I got the theme right. My writing's even better. I really try to like get more clever with the wordplay and stuff, and I try to get gnarlier with my patterns. Just like I don't know. I just tried to push it more.
Yeah,
And I think everybody in the band did, kind of based off this like we've been sort of. Locked in a cage for a year, so you just kind of want to come out swinging, come out at fight weight,
Exactly, and also you guys had time,
Yeah.
You're not really being too rushed at all, right?
No, not at all.
No. So it's like you don't have to worry about that. You're like, oh, we don't. you have a deadline, but it's like you've been writing this record for months and recording and stuff,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Yeah, we started writing. So remember when Cursed came out, that single we did?
yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah, that's right.
That was from basically our beginning of our writing sessions.
Okay, gotcha. Is that one going to be on the record?
It'll be on the record.
It will be on the record. Time.
Yeah, we're re-recording it as well. So.
Oh, okay. That's sick.
Yeah, with like the new production that we're doing.
Oh, okay.
It does hit harder. We got a better mix and like a better master on it and a better guitar tone. So
that's what's up. Hell yes, I'm real stoked to hear this shit. Let's see. We had another question. I think this was from the Facebook or Instagram post you guys did, or it might have been in my Discord. But anyway, the question is: was the blackened part of Carnifex sound an intentional decision, or was there any specific black metal bands that got like influenced that?
Oh, it's absolutely intentional. Yeah. And you can go back to Dead in My Arms. If you listen to the title track on Dead in My Arms, it's basically got a lot of black metal influence. There's keyboards, black metal riffs, all that shit.
Yeah.
So, and as I mentioned earlier, like I'm a black metal kid at heart, from back in the day. So it was totally intentional. And on this record, I think it's probably I would say combined with the music and the production, because the production's like a way more raw.
Yeah,
which kind of lends itself to more of a blackened sound in my mind.
Yep.
I would say, yes, it's intentional, and it's probably the most prevalent on this upcoming album.
That's awesome. Hell yeah, love that. We had a question in chat. Do you guys have plans to do some UK shows in the future?
We do. We have a European tour booked for Feb 22.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Another totally great lineup.
That's
stacked.
Sick. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool. We talked about this. So someone in my Discord brought this up about like more mixed metal tours, and I remember you and I were outside. It could have been Dallas or Austin show of the Summer Slaughter tour. I forget which show it was, but I remember having this convo with you, and like I think a couple other guys were around us too about like there needs to be more like mixed metal tours. And one of the guys in my Discord was like, imagine seeing, this is not like too far fetched. Like I could see this lineup happening and working. He said, imagine something like Cannibal Corpse, 1349, Carnifex, and Arcspire. Something like that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, damn, that would be like a gnarly, but even like, you guys went, the tour that got canceled on you guys was Carnifex, Three Teeth, the Browning, and who was the opener? I can't remember.
Scold.
So that was like more outside the box. But I remember, because I worked with the Browning, and I remember that tour, you guys hit up Johnny about it. Johnny was like, yo, talk to Scott. They're doing this tour, Three Teeth, like, yo, we're down, And I was just like, oh, wow, Carnifex and Three Teeth. Browning? I was like, okay.
That was tough to get done, too.
Yeah. Was it?
It was, yeah, because, it's kind of that thing where, like, both bands go back to their agents and say, hey, we want to do this tour together, because me and Lex had been talking on IG.
Yeah.
And we're mutual fans of each other's bands and said, like, let's, and we kind of had similar album themes, Meta X, World War X, whatnot. Yeah. So it was like, and we also liked each other's music, and we had mutual friends, so it was like, dude, let's fucking shred this tour together.
Yeah.
And then we go to the agents, and they're like, well, what?
Yeah.
You want to do what?
You want to what?
Like their agent was just like, this band's garbage. And, like our agent was like, this band's not metal at all. Like, they are, but like not like, extreme metal.
Well, no. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so it was a hard tour to get done, and
just like to convince the team, like, yo, we want to do this.
The jam, right?
Yeah,
and it was selling well. I don't know that it was going to be like, I don't know if it was going to sell. I don't know where it would have ended up, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
but I think it was doing well. Our guarantee, we had the highest guarantees we were ever getting paid, and lost all that shit. But
yeah, I know. Well, but it was like cool that like you guys really went outside the box with that one. I feel like.
I mean, we were trying. That all goes back to World War X. It was like we really wanted to make a push for that next level, and we also are self-managed. We don't have a manager.
Oh, okay, so yeah.
We were trying. We've been single as far as management goes since 18.
Oh,
and
okay.
yeah, we won 5B. That's kind of the only management that we're interested in, just because the rest of the managers are like, I'll get you a tour with Chelsea Grin. It's like, I
Our
just
agent will do that. Yeah. Or I can text them.
yeah, we just
Yeah.
check someone and it'll
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah, we'll make
Need
that.
to pay 15% to tour with our friends.
Yeah.
And I think we just did enough tours where we just, like, Three Teeth we put together ourselves, the Despised Icon tour we put together ourselves.
I remember that one. That was fucking nuts.
Our agent and
Yeah.
Nash. It's like, if we're just going to do these tours, we don't need a manager for those. If we're going to go to the next level, obviously we do. But the manager we had was never going to get us there, or didn't even try to get us there. Didn't even have those relationships.
Yeah.
So that's moot. So really, we're like, well, let's go through World War X as just us. And that's another thing. We did World War X unmanaged. So that whole promotional cycle, everything was just the band and the label. And then we're saying, hey, let's stay single so we can get 5B's attention. And they threw us a few bones. We did the tour down in South America, but and we even like emailed them and kind of tried to get a conversation going. And they're like, hey, we like the band, but we're not taking on blah blah blah. And then we kind of got the Slipknot thing after that. So I was like, okay, they don't hate us, but whatever.
Yeah.
And so now we're hoping, okay, well, we'll just keep rocking this, and then if the new album kicks ass and they feel like, okay, let's bring this band up, then
maybe that'll spark that conversation later on, later in the year.
I know they're never gonna look at us with a manager, so so we got to stay single. And really, it's like, in our mind, it's like 5B or nothing.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, Brad's in the chat. I know Brad just started working with you guys. Bradley.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Brad? Yeah. So that kind of goes back to our self-managed thing, which is basically we've just put together a team of smart people.
Yeah.
Rather than kind of having a manager that would go, like, I don't know, maybe use some of the people that work on their team or whatever.
Yeah.
We just work with
straight to that person.
Like a capacity, basically.
Yeah. No. Essentially. Yeah. He said now they have 1B. Bradley, not as good, but it's something. 1B. I love Brad, man.
That's funny. Yeah, we're rocking 1B right now.
1B, baby. I love Brad. He's the fucking man.
I'm excited. That's the thing. I think I'm more excited to do this rollout because it's like less pressure. With World War X, it was kind of like, big. We make it or die. It was kind of our mindset.
Yeah, exactly.
And we didn't. Maybe that was partially COVID, but either way, it didn't really hit the way we wanted and didn't open the doors that we were hoping for. So we're going back on this one. We're like, really took stock of like what the fans identify with, what we're really fucking good at, and what we like love too, like as artists, what makes us laugh. That's
exactly.
Good. We kind of didn't do that on the last one. More like, what's the sound we can create that's gonna like break us out of this kind of not rut, but like get us beyond where we're at.
Yeah, exactly. Seneca's in here. He said it's odd to see Scott on Twitch instead of on Patreon. You guys been killing it with a Patreon, right?
We shut it down at the beginning of the year, or at the end of 2020.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we ran it
from
May to December, and it did great. I think at the end of the day, we ended up making about 20,000 with it, so it really helped offset. It really offset the bills.
Yeah, man.
Especially the merch bill.
Yeah, especially the merch bill.
That was and ultimately we decided to end it because we were like, well, we didn't get onto Patreon as like some, it was a reaction to the pandemic. So once we got some like stabilized the money, we were like, let's go back to being a band and not streamers. And we told everybody on the Patreon, put up a vid and everything, and everyone was super cool about it. And we didn't feel right, like just taking constantly. I don't know. It's just not what we do.
No, I think it was the right move, honestly.
Yeah, because I don't even know I just feel
like what else.
At some point, it would start pulling away from merch and album sales or whatnot. So.
Yeah, exactly. His name, Seneca in the chat. His real name's Topher. He said he missed hangs with Scott. It's your boy Topher.
Hell yeah. Tell me where we were. Ask me where we were hanging at.
Patreon, I assume.
Oh, okay.
Oh
So
yeah, yeah. He's the one
yeah.
that brought it on. He brought it up. I mean,
I remember you, brother. Good to see you. Yeah, we're just focusing on the record these days, and now
yeah.
it's almost like the record's about done, and it's we got some music
Now you gotta do
videos.
the
We got
rollout.
starting to do some promo. We got to take some band photos, and then we hit the road in July, so it'll be kind of on us here. I feel like it'll be the pendulum's gonna swing back pretty fucking hard,
Oh, for sure, dude. Definitely. I'm definitely stoked to see you guys again because it's been since Summer Slaughter was the last time I saw you guys.
They were in Lubbock at Jake's.
Who? Wait, what?
We're playing Lubbock and Jake's in July.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
Is
that's
that
our only Texas show.
That's the only Texas show? Damn it.
OKC. How far is OKC?
Oh, that's easy. Closer. That's 3 hours.
89th Street, baby.
Oh, I'll come up for that. My friend Bryce lives there.
Let's do it. Come on.
Yeah, I'll just come up for that. I haven't seen his new place. There's my excuse.
And 89th Street goes off. I mean, it's a hole in the wall, but it goes off.
Yeah, it goes off, though, man. It definitely goes fucking off. Well, dude, I am fucking beyond stoked for this new Carnifex record. I mean, just how you're explaining it and telling us how it's going to be and everything. I'm definitely really stoked to hear this shit finished.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it.
So I'm definitely excited for April 9th to hear this single. And then also see you guys again, fucking hang out again, man. I think we only really did that one time.
Yeah, I know. And it's a trip for like all of us in the band because like where we live, we don't actually have any friends. All our friends are other touring musicians. And so it's like, me and Sean, for example, literally the only person I hang out with, besides my wife in San Diego is Sean. So I don't have any friends here. Yeah. So it's like, I'm like, so like this whole year, it's just been like, I've only seen 2 people until,
literally
come doing the record, but it's just like, we're ready to get back out there and see some people.
It's weird, man. It's like, we're so used to going to shows all the time. I mean, I was just used to going to like, when my tours come in town or my bands are on other tours, I'd go to like 3 fucking Texas shows,
Of course,
I would just drive to them, So it was always going, and then it stopped, and I was like, this is the weirdest thing ever. But there was points where it was like kind of nice.
Because like if I look back to the hiatus, it wasn't. It obviously was different world circumstances, but as far as like the position of the band was kind of precarious. We sort of didn't know what was going on. We sort of like, man, we lost the label. Are we going to be on a new one? Kind of a lot of fear of the unknown was sort of happening.
A lot of shit was up in the air.
Right, and Die Without Hope came out of that, and that's probably our best record.
How long?
Than the new one.
Well, before, how long was that hiatus for?
18 months.
18 months. Okay, so almost 2 years.
Yeah.
Damn. That had to be a weird time.
Yeah, it was because I didn't know we were gonna get like I thought we were gonna get like countersued or I didn't. You know what I mean? I was waiting for like something. We had already gotten with lawsuits from Victory in the past when we had our web store out. All our merch. They said they were going to, take us to litigation if we didn't pull down our web stores and all that. So
many bands, I remember that happening with.
Right? Yeah, it's you're on a good label. When your label finds out you're making a few bucks, and then they want to sue you for it.
The dumbest shit ever, because even like with that,
that's how you're in good hands.
Yeah. Like this band Seeker that I booked, which my best friend Bryce is in, they're not a band at all anymore. But even like after a tour, you have leftover merch and they're like, I want to fucking sell this shit. And it's like,
of course, yeah.
Literally, it was just like, they couldn't put up like a big cartel store to try to push it. You know what I'm saying? Let's get rid of this tour merch. Like you couldn't do that on Victory Records.
If it was something that directly benefited the band, they would stop you legally.
They would stop it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's how hell-bent they were on keeping you from making any of your own money. Mm-hmm. You're making your own money, we're going to sue you for it.
Exactly. Like literally. Thanks. And they still get, shit in the mail being like, yeah, you owe us this much money. And Bryce is always like, shut the fuck up.
Show me that contract. Let's go to court with that contract and show me where.
Yeah, tell me where.
That's why they won't take you to court for the money, because then suddenly they realize none of it adds up.
Yeah, exactly, and they're gonna get fucked, just like a Day to Remember fucked them, like literally. But anyway, man, yo, thank you so much for doing this with me today. Stoked on the new record. Everybody here, April 9th, new Carnifex single. And the record comes out in September. And they also have a September 3rd, Nuclear Blast. They got
pre-orders will be up July 23rd.
July 23rd for pre-orders. Steph said, I can't wait a week. I need it now. I need it now too. Oh. You're gonna wait a week.
I can. I'll try and get a. NB's got a listen link, Dan. I'll get one sent to you.
Oh, dude, that'd be sick. Fuck yeah, man. I would be stoked on that. So
yeah, I'll write him after this.
Hell yeah, I appreciate that. So with Twitch, I don't know if you're that new to it or whatever, but after like every episode, I like to raid somebody. So pretty much we bring everybody from this stream who's here to somebody else's stream.
Do it.
Let's see who is on. We got. Ooh, should we do Nick Nocturnal? You know who Nick Nocturnal is?
I know he's a YouTuber. I don't know him personally.
Dude, he's a rad fucking dude. I had him as a guest, and like 2 months ago, and he's fucking awesome. But
hell yeah.
But let's go fucking raid Nick. He just started up his stream not long ago. He's a cool ass dude. I'm sure he is a fucking Carnifex fan. He loves his fucking metal. Did that work? Hold on a second. I thought I clicked the right thing. Try it one more time. Nick Nocturnal. Start raid. Something went wrong. I love when Twitch does this shit. I love when Twitch does this shit. Let's try. I just refreshed everything. Let's see. Nick Nocturnal. If this doesn't work, everyone, I'm going to post his link in the chat. Everyone go to it. It ain't fucking working. So that's what we're going to have to do.
That's the Carnifex curse right there, man.
Damn it, Scott.
Right. It's like, it worked for every other band. I'm like, well, it sounds about right.
All right, everyone. We're going to go jump over to Nick's stream. I posted the link in the chat. Everyone click it. Everyone go to it. And Scott, thank you for doing this one with me today, man. It's been a blast.
Thanks for having me, man. Appreciate it.
Hell yeah, dude. All right. We'll talk to you soon, dude.
All right. Catch you later, brother.
Later.
Bye.
Later, everyone.